Hello, welcome to She Speaks Bravo with Emily Hanks. I am Emily, and today is a special Beverly Hills day because there's no new episode, but there has been plenty to talk about. In case you missed it, Garcelle's 14-year-old son, Jax, has been receiving an onslaught of very hateful and horrible messages. Yes. Jax, her 14-year-old son. So in addition to that, Pia, my amazing co-host for Beverly Hills, is joining me to break down a whole slew of other things. But before we get into that, if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'm covering Beverly Hills, Atlanta, and Southern Charm, and then soon to be covering Potomac and Salt Lake City. So yeah, if you're already subscribed, I love you so much. And now let's get into the episode after the intro. My name is Emily, and I have been watching Bravo TV as a form of self-care for over a decade. Needless to say, I'm a complete mess. Subscribe and follow along for painfully insightful recaps about Bravo, true crime, and other great TV. Hit that bell. Hello, everybody. Welcome to She Speaks Bravo. I'm Emily, and today is Beverly Hills Day. So you know what that means. Pia's here, and we have our diamonds. Woo! And so there was no new episode. I hate when they do that. They've already had a week off. So yeah, I'm a little pissed.
I think that they're panicking about the bot situation with the disgusting comments being left on Garcelle's 14-year-old son's Instagram account. I feel like Bravo's like, I feel like they don't want to take a dip in ratings and they need to figure out what they want to do. I feel like they're doing damage control because
I don't think they would do that.
You don't think so? Because all of the stuff.
No, the reason why they wouldn't do that is because people advertisers purchased ads.
Oh, I see.
So they wouldn't be like they can't pull all those, like someone's like, we bought ads to play during that episode. So everything's already been scheduled and they wouldn't like change all of that.
Got you. See,
so
Emily knows.
That theory is, I get it, but they're not that emotional about it. At the end of the day, they would probably get even better ratings because it's a scandal and we want to hate watch it.
Well, right. I wasn't thinking that they were like emotional, like in the sense of they felt like bad. They're like, we're going to take a break in a moment of silence. It was more of like, oh, did they think it was going to hurt their ratings? Like people were going to boycott because, everyone's like the petition. So I don't know if they were like, oh, I don't know if people are going to just be like, we're not watching this week. And they were like, we can't take a hit in the ratings. That's where I thought that they might be like thinking. But I didn't know about the advertisement. That all makes sense. So
yeah, going into the season, they purchased, the advertisers are like, here, we are going to buy space, and they already purchased it. So yeah, they are, which is annoying though. Why'd they schedule did they do that on Atlanta? I wonder if they're going to do that this week on Atlanta. I better check.
I hope not. I hate when
I think they did do 2 weeks. I think they did do 2 weeks on Atlanta because they did that a couple weeks ago and they did it earlier in the season.
I don't notice like Atlanta as much because I don't watch it like right when it airs. Sometimes I like skip 2 weeks so I can have binge. So I can binge. It's more fun that way for me.
I get it.
But yeah, I'm really disappointed because everything was like really building up. Now I'm like, okay,
the Aspen trip.
Yeah, like you know what? It does make sense that they are doing a pause this week because they're like, they really have been trying to milk this Aspen
so much
situation. So they're not going to just give it to us. Of course they're not.
But so I've never done an episode like this. I've usually just skip a week, but I don't want to skip a week.
Especially with all the things that's been happening in the Bravo universe this week. It's insane.
Yeah. So I've never put notes to, I'm going to be very honest. I'm actually like nervous right now. I was nervous last night I was like, I've never done this before. I've never put notes together like this. I want to get it right. So I have like, Pia, you're on these notes, so you can see like I have like read some examples from the comments. I have all these screenshots in my phone. I'm like, last night I was like rehearsing. I was like, and then I start here, and then I will move through from there. And then because I was so nervous that I wasn't going to be able to like flow, because this is just so foreign to me. I'm used to going through, like, I'm a recap podcast. I'm not like a gossip podcast. That's just not my wheelhouse.
Should we
I have it laid out. Don't you get me off track.
Okay. I was going to say, like, it could be like when we used to send voice notes all day long, like psychopaths.
Of course. But that also gets very hard to follow, because that's just inside.
True.
Like we have a shorthand.
That's true.
And so that's why it's easy for us to do it. But like sometimes, you know, we can start referencing things people don't know about. So I had to keep that in mind.
Right.
And not everybody follows me on Instagram, which is where the bulk of my information was being shared.
Yeah.
So not every listener or viewer is aware of everything that's been going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I still do want to spell out like what's been happening. I can't just like pick up as if everyone knows what's going on. So
right.
I'm going to start this by like walking everyone through what's happened. I also did throw up on Instagram like hey, what would you guys like us to talk about? I know a lot of people obviously want us to talk about the bots. Duh, we will absolutely be talking. Obviously, and Cherie wishing Diana happy birthday, like all of that, 100%. It's like we have to talk about that. So if the bulk of the things written in were about that. I did pull some really great questions that we'll get into as well, and I made sure that like anything that was asked a number of times, I made sure that we're covering that in general, and then we will have like a question portion where I will read like specific questions that we're not going to necessarily touch on just naturally through what we're going to discuss beforehand. Okay. So this all started with Diana posting. The interesting thing is it's a screenshot that someone else it's from someone else in the group chat. So because like, you know, your screenshot, like if it's something you screenshot, you would be in blue.
Right.
And so it's a screenshot of her. It also says Diana, like it came from Diana. So it could even be, I don't remember if they put that on the screen. So it maybe was even screen grab from the show. I don't know, but whatever. It wasn't from her.
Right.
And so it starts with her screen grabbing her text to the group about her, you know, miscarriage, and I usually wouldn't share this in a group text because it makes me look like a whining bitch, but Garcelle, misspelled, might think I am rude. So there it is. And we've established by now here on She Speaks Bravo that we know that wasn't about the medical emergency situation. It was more about shading Garcelle. We know by now, like she's spun it to make everyone think that it was, but we know what it was about.
Yeah.
But she's got a harp on it still. So, and then the next in her post, the next slide is something from Twitter that was posted. It was tweeted to Garcelle and she replied to it. And the tweet was, Diana Googling Garcelle, and it was the person typing into Google Garcelle with 2 L's, no E.
Yeah.
And Garcelle replying, LOL, not the misspelled version. Now, you see, this is just such light shade for a housewife to endure. I mean, it is so minor. And it's really just, it's like actually funny. Like,
yeah, like
that is so little.
Garcelle went like beyond light on that bitch. Beyond. And this is why Diana first of all, she's already boring. So like, that's already the biggest thing against her. That's not the biggest thing. Her racism is her biggest thing.
Her blatant racism.
Her blatant racism is her biggest thing. But like, she just has a plethora of things that just make her not a good addition to the show. And her not getting jokes and like okay, language barrier all you want, but I just at the core of it think she doesn't have a sense of humor. Yeah. She doesn't, because it's like it's beyond a language barrier. A lot of people have, like, there's plenty of housewives that are from other countries. Like, we had even Yolanda's from another country. She has sense of humor. She had a sense of humor. Like, stop. Stop that. Like, so you just let's don't look get at this jokes.
Caption though. Let's look at this fucking caption. My grammar and spelling might be off for sure, but bottom line is, I lost my baby at 18 weeks pregnancy in most violent way and nearly died in the process. And I am ridiculed for spelling someone's name.
No, you're ridiculed because you were trying to shade someone and then you misspelled her name, and then we all called you out on it. So now you're mad that your dig didn't work and it backfired on you. And now, because it backfired on you and you're embarrassed, you're going to just throw, I had a miscarriage, and then make it, and like, I don't know. It's just starting to get more and more. I don't want to use the word embellished, but it's just like, it started out with a miscarriage, and then you just keep making it really graphic to make us feel like we're disgusting people for calling you out for just something like petty that you sent in a group chat.
It's like, because you're on this show and the platform gets so big, the amount of things that are going to be picked at, it's just, it's part of the job.
Right.
This is very minor. This is part of the job. Did no one brief you ahead of time? Like, you're not untouchable, honey, just because you had a miscarriage. Unfortunately, if you do something silly, like misspell someone's name when you're trying to throw some shade, you're going to get called out in the most silly of ways. It's tiny. This is small. This is nothing. So Eliza at Face Reality 16, and I'm sure you all follow her. If you don't on Instagram, you have to follow Face Reality 16, Bravo, Ducking Bravo, Dame Galley, Talk of Shame. I'm forgetting someone, but these are the women that when these things happen, they start tagging Bravo TV, tagging Andy. They're the ones who get Bravo to make statements.
Whoa.
Because they have they are like pioneers.
They're the Bravo when it comes mafia. They get it.
They're
done.
The ones who don't have any fear. They know what's right. They know what's wrong. They stay on top of this. They are brave, and I love them for it. So when these things start to happen, you follow them, you look at their stories, because they stay ready. They have receipts. Okay. So the last slide, this is what I was looking for. So I missed this when I screenshot it. Okay. Ridiculed for spelling someone's name. Fascinating what, and she puts in quotes, fan favorite get away with. Go on, trolls, do your worst. Oh, wait, you already did that. So, okay. Then these the reason, let's not call them bots at first. Let's just say these comments start popping up on Jax's Instagram. 14-year-old Jax. And here's an example of some of the comments. The comments are, Erica is telling the truth. Garcelle loyalty has conditions. Sutton can show all her bad behaviors. Garcelle ignores them all. Okay, fine. Why are you saying this to Jax? Your brother, Oliver, is a drug addict. Your mom is calling Erica an alcoholic and making her look bad. Make it make sense. Why is your mom obsessed with Erica's alcohol intake? Shouldn't she be worried about your brother Oliver drug intake instead? Can you please stop critiquing and belittling Diana with her grammar? Your whole family are immigrants.
That one pissed me off.
Yeah. Garcelle, have you checked Oliver's drug intake yet? Worry about that rather than worrying about Erica. Come on, Garcelle. Oliver is a drug addict. Why is this on Jax's account? So, okay. So this is where this is where I'm telling you, follow those accounts, because Dame Galley posts about some account. Let's see what their name is. Chadwick. He went on Bin Verified to look up some of the main accounts that were posting and found that they had no traceable online history and realized that they were bots. And so he said, I'm not going to assume who sent them, but it's very interesting timing considering last weekend's post. And then Face Reality 16, again, she realized that all the accounts that left comments on Garcelle's Sun page followed the same 4 accounts and created their page on July 15th or 16th. So then I went into her stories, and I didn't I don't know about bots. I don't know that I really didn't know how that worked. So she looked into how easy it is to buy bots and buy comments. I'm sorry. It is so easy to buy Instagram comments, you guys. You can go into, you buy Instagram comments. You literally pick how many you want to buy and for what account. Like you just go in, you pick a post that you want, then you enter the comments that you want to have on there, and then you check out. So it's really simple. Then also, someone explained what a bot farm actually is, because I didn't know what a bot farm was. And they're actually run by people. And while it sounds very advanced and technical, bots are powered by real humans, usually based in Eastern Europe or Asia. And it usually looks something, and I'll post a picture if you're watching on YouTube, and it looks something like this. And can you see that, Pia?
It looks like they're at
looks like it's like a call, like a
casino.
Yeah, totally. Like it does. And I think these are all like iPhones, and it's just some person sitting there with a bunch of phones in front of them, like a switchboard, like an old fashioned like operator, like operator, where would you like your call sent? And they just
where would you like your racist bot tweet?
Yeah, totally. And then it says a person creates accounts when a new client is added, and said client has specified what kind of followers, bots they would like to have. So for example, a fashion account wouldn't want to have bots that only talk about or look like car accounts. Okay. And so a housewife who wants to pick up their image would probably ask for bots that A, look like white women, B, are fashionable and young. And all the accounts look like white fashion influencers. So now we know a certain housewife whose name starts with a D has an IG account filled with bots, which is, people have looked into this. But bots are very active on each of her posts because she already has an account with a bot farm. Yes, you can have subscriptions to bot farms. It wouldn't be too hard for her to send bots. Now, this is all alleged. This is allegedly. We do not know for a fact that Diana was the one to do this. But then the comment goes way too far. Way too far. Someone leaves I don't even know if this is a bot, though. This seems like a real person.
Really?
Queen of the T _ writes on Jax's account, you'd have your neck kneeled on if it weren't for your white daddy.
Thank you for bringing that one up, because that one is like the one that stuck out the worst for me.
Tell your mom to leave Diana alone, or you'll deal with us. And so that's when Dame Galley again posts with the caption like, okay, like Diana, your followers are sending death threats to a child in your name. Are you not she's away from her phone? Like, are you not going to say, guys, like, stop? I know you want to support me, but you stop. And she was looking at people's stories that day. Like, people were seeing that she had been looking at their stories. So she was online. People were posting about this, and she was looking at those stories. She was aware. So Garcelle is obviously gutted. She posts something about being just gutted. And then she posts a gut-wrenching post from Jax on her stories the next day. Should I read it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. From Jax, because, okay. Well, I'd like to start off by saying that I am still a kid and wish to not be viewed as a fully matured adult, because I am not one.
I'm gonna cry.
I am too. It is currently my first week of high school. And instead of enjoying it like most kids at my school, I have to deal with being attacked on social media. I did not sign up for this show, nor do I have anything to do with this show's drama. I just want to be a normal kid.
Okay. Damn.
Fuck. The purpose of my Instagram account is not for publicity. Fuck. Nor for the public's gaze, but to be seen by my peers as just another kid. I really wanted to avoid going private, but I just have to at this point. The constant support from everyone makes it much more tolerable. However, middle-aged women spamming me with racist and crude comments about my family is not what I expected for my first week of high school.
Oh, God.
Thank you for the positive comments. It truly means a lot to me. Wow, I did not expect to cry.
You know, like I've read it many times over, but like
saying it out loud.
Yeah, I don't think I've read it out loud like that.
Whew. Garcelle must have been bawling as she typed that up.
Yeah, and it just sucks because kids are mean at school, and I just like don't even know like what that would be like for him when he goes for his first week. He's like, it's like you have to remember like when you had your first week of high school, how excited you were for that. And it just this whole thing, and they just like completely ruined that week. And it it might not sound like a big deal to like some people, but like going to high school is a really big deal for a lot of people. And like they completely ruined that memory for him.
Like that too far comment was really scary.
And it's like, the thing is, it's just coupled with what we've been talking about. And I remember I sent you that voice memo earlier this week. It's just like the way that they speak to Garcelle on the show, like the way they talk down to her. And like, then and it's just like coupled with, and it's because like, this is why I say they have to be really careful how, like, I don't think that most of the women are like racist on that show, with the exception of one in particular, or maybe two.
Yeah.
But they have to be really careful of how that they're speaking to, especially Garcelle. And I'm sorry if that's an inconvenience, Lisa Rinna, but you do, because then you have people like this that already have that in them, that deep-seated, those thoughts, those racist underlying tendencies that have lying dormant, and then you're giving them permission to come up to the surface. You know, and we've seen this in our society over the past few years, like not few years, just many years, hundreds of years. And especially, but most recently, all of these like feelings starting to bubble to the surface, and people being so like cavalier to be able to go up to people and just be blatantly crude and racist. It's just disgusting. Yep. And her castmates owe her much more than what I've been seeing online, honestly. They're doing the bare minimum at this point to me.
Yeah. Jax already had to deal with that embarrassing scene with Erica.
Yeah. And she's the one who started this domino effect, by the way. That's why he's being targeted, because of that fucking scene. If that scene didn't exist, they probably wouldn't have had the wherewithal to even go to Jax's page.
Right.
So, Erica, I really need to see you fucking apologize, because you fucking started this. Your actions started this.
No accountability whatsoever. So Diana then posts, this is 3 hours before Bravo comes out with their statement. We'll get into the statement, but 3 hours prior to that, this is what she posts. She posts an article that she wrote that is from, it says Civil War or Genocide, Ask Mothers of, and I don't know how to pronounce that country. I'm very sorry. By Diana Jenkins, contributor. And the caption is, please read article I wrote in 2010. Link is in bio. It might give you more insight into who I am as person and as a mother. I am appalled at recent comments aimed at the child of one of my fellow RHOBH cast members. Can't even say Garcelle. No one should be treated this way, especially children. Sadly, this was not the first time RHOBH children have been attacked. This has to stop. Leave our kids alone. Now, here's the fucking difference between what happened to Portia and what's happening to Jax. It's not right that it happened to Portia, but they were mimicking what Erica said. So everyone was going on Portia's and saying, get the fuck out of here, get the fuck out of here, get the fuck out of here, to literally copy what Erica said. Not okay at all.
Absolutely not.
It was literally like the direct quote.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I read that was being said to Jax.
Right. And again,
that's different, guys.
It's different. It's apples and oranges. At the core of it, no one should be going on any child's page to prove a point, to try to get back at someone's parent, like, or to just be rude at all to a child, period. Because, like, again, we don't know how that was affecting Portia. So at the end of the day, it's different. However, again, I would like to point out it's a direct correlation to what Erica did. She is the core of why all of this is actually happening. If she hadn't done that, if Kyle hadn't reacted the way that she did, unfortunately, that is why they went to Portia's page, because of the way Kyle reacted, unfortunately. Again, does not make that right. And we both don't condone what people did. That's not the way to prove a point. But there weren't these are like, that's like, below the belt is not a harsh enough words. This is disgusting.
No. Here, let me remind everybody, those comments that were directed at Jax were, I don't think your mom is concerned for Erica's alcoholism. I think your mom just wants fame. Leave Erica and Lisa alone. Your mom is a D-list actress who's getting any booking so she has a reality show. Like, that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
What are you doing? These are all very Erica, Rinna, and Diana. All three of them. Okay, it's not just Diana. So all three of them are getting mentioned in those comments. So that's part of the investigation that should be noted.
Yeah, it's like, that's why I just want Bravo to be more diligent about this, because this is beyond, like, yes, Bravo celebrities and their families get trolled. This isn't the first time. So this is not like, oh, this is the first time, this is this seems like the first time directly from someone from the cast to target a child. And this is the second time the child has been targeted. So, like, let's not forget that. And it's propaganda. It seems like there are three people who are benefiting from this child being bullied online, bullied to the fact that where, like, you have no idea. Children their minds are not developed. They're highly emotional. Not that an adult would be emotional over the stuff that they're saying, but you don't know what that child can do in his room, thinking of all these things. Like, you really that shit is serious. It's serious.
So this is also what's very important when we're doing our investigation, Pia, is that who is this benefiting? Those three.
Yeah. Those three people
Are benefiting. I don't really see much of Dory or Kyle being mentioned.
I've only seen a few. It's, if anytime,
only a few, right?
The only time that they're ever mentioned is if they're doing like team this, and then that's it. Like, that's the only time that they're mentioned. I only saw a few of those. It's mostly specific things of the show. Like, it is coming in a week where they're all getting really bad press. So it's just like the time. It's like we have to think about who is it benefiting, the timing, because, like,
it's Diana's birthday.
And then the fact that she tried and lost and failed to attempt to say that Garcelle and Sutton were racist towards her because she's from Bosnia, with the whole misspelling thing, and it all backfired. And everyone was pretty much laughing at her, thinking like, that's ridiculous. And conveniently, all of this starts happening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just suspect. And I know everything's alleged, but, like, honestly, Bravo, please look into those three.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not,
And just because people might say, oh, well, Rinna was one of the first people to put up in her stories how that was wrong. No, it's usually that, you know what?
That's also a tactic.
That's a tactic. That's suspect. Do you know that
Throw
a lot
the
of
scent.
me and Emily will put on our true crime hat for a moment. Do you know usually when people like go missing and you're like people have the search parties, it's usually you can find the killer at those like meetups, like the press conferences, because they like to see their fucking dirty work. They'll help with the search. They'll help with the searches.
I was just listening to a podcast the other day where the person leading the investigation was the killer.
Yes. The people who found the clue.
The one who wants to know everything. I want to be alerted of all updates.
The one who is too helpful. Giving, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, Pia, I haven't even told you what I know yet. Okay, I'm going to be shocking you with some updates.
You kept something from me.
I wanted to wait till we got here on the pod so I could give you
I hope shock. I just hope my response is appropriate because I can get out of hand.
Go ahead, get out of hand.
Okay.
If we have to edit it out, we will.
Okay. It's not as coming from my nose from crying.
Okay, I know, right? I should have brought tissues. I had no idea I was going to cry.
I didn't, because I read it a couple of times. So
I read it a couple. Yeah, me too.
I had more anger than I got emotional. But when you read it, I fucking lost it.
I know, like a dramatic reading.
I know. It's like, oh my God. I like the stages of fucking grief came out. I'm like, anger.
This is grief.
And then crying. I'm just laughing because I don't know what the fuck else to do. God.
All right, let's read Bravo's statement. So hold on. Let's before we read the statement, Bravo, the PR at Bravo's like, fucking Christ. They're like, okay, what do we do? Because, they don't have any proof that, Diana did it or anybody did it, but they do know it's happening. It looks horrible. They know they need to make a statement. They know they have to have everybody on the cast post the statement. This is just, PR 101, right? So here's the statement they come up with. We are shocked. I'm going to read it in the tone I read it.
Okay.
This is how I read it. We are shocked and appalled at the social comments directed at Garcelle's son. We urge our viewers and social followers alike to refrain from targeting our cast and their families with harmful rhetoric. Fuck you guys.
You sounded like a broadcast from 1970. Like those really generic ones.
That was how I read it. I was like,
I know.
That's it?
That's what you got. That is how it sounded. And that is the perfect voice for it because it was very robotic. It was very it didn't seem sincere. It just seemed
I was also kind of insulted when they said we urge our viewers and social followers. I'm like, excuse you. I would like you to also say something like we are looking into the possibility that this was a bot attack or something.
Yeah.
You're not. I want to know that you're looking into this, not just blaming it on viewers and social followers.
And let me just tell you something, guys. If Andy Cohen doesn't fucking bring this shit up at the reunion, because they have not fucking filmed the reunion, guys, just to let you know, they have not yet filmed the reunion. So this is absolutely something that they can speak about. I want everybody to fucking at his ass because that's some fucked up shit. You're not doing your fucking job.
We will be, after we're done going through this, we will be doing a little segment called The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Reunion. She Speaks Bravo edition.
Yes, we are.
We will get into that after we go through all of this and some other little things because we're adding all of that in. So then that was posted. So everyone posted, and the people that posted they just posted. They posted with nothing, no other text, no other caption. The people that posted that way were Sutton, which I was a little disappointed in. And I'm also, there was a deleted scene that has me on the outs with Sutton.
What?
Yeah, we will get to that.
Is this the shocking thing?
No.
Oh God, Emily.
Yep. Crystal, Kyle, Erica, Dorit, and Diana. Diana also turned off comments on hers.
Yeah, obviously. I noticed
that. The people that posted with a little bit of a text was Rinna, Garcelle, and Kathy. Kathy's caption, though, I feel like Kathy doesn't quite know what's going on. I also want to point out that Erica and Rinna posted in their stories last night, and I know Bravo called them and said, no fuckers, you have to post it to your feed. And they posted it to their feed today. Rinna posted it to her feed, but she reposted Harry Hamlin's post, which had like, some caption. I know people like Harry Hamlin. I get creeped out by Harry Hamlin.
Wait, what did Harry Hamlin say? Like he reposted the stuff from Bravo?
He reposted that, but he posted it with a caption.
Okay. I'm going to look right now.
If you look it up, read it to the peoples.
Okay, I'm looking it up right now. Harry Hamlin. I didn't even know he had an Instagram. Did not think Harry Hamlin had an Instagram account. He does. That is, Lisa Rinna runs this. Okay, so Harry Hamlin's caption, important exclamation point. RHOBH is a TV show. All cast members know it's a TV show, and its main purpose is to entertain the audience. Attacking the cast or their children is inappropriate. Please enjoy the show and leave the participants alone. The negatives editorializing can be very dangerous, and we all hope it will stop. Love, please. Exclamation point, 3 red hearts.
Okay, thank you. Anywho, so now that we've got the gist of it out of the way, like those are the fundamentals of what's happened. Okay. Diana is a problem beyond the alleged bot situation. Okay.
Yeah.
Because this happened like 3 or 4 days before this. Someone commented, start blocking people, Diana, and don't mind these haters with agendas. This, I think, is their profile picture is a black person, but they could also just make any picture their profile picture.
Yeah.
And don't mind these haters with agendas. At Garcelle is taking advantage of the time and knows what card she is playing. It's in color and it's, quote, woke like her fans. Fake woke for their benefit. It's a shame. And Diana replied with a heart emoji. So it's like she didn't just like it, because sometimes you can like things kind of automatically just because, like, I sometimes do that accidentally, have to go back and unlike things just because I'm just going through real fast.
Yeah.
She took the time to reply and heart it.
Yeah.
And so that to me is extremely problematic, that alone. And someone sent me this really good tweet. And I like this tweet. So this is just a good tweet. And it says, let's be clear. The word woke is just another word for black. When people are talking about wokeness, they are talking about black equality, black dignity, and black liberation. That is what they hate. They are anti-black. It has always been about white supremacy and power. That's fucking true. So, okay, moving on to, because we're going to get a little further into Diana when we talk about like the reunion. Cherie.
Oh, God. She's
okay.
Dead to me. She's dead to me.
She is
fucking dead to me.
Dead to me. Because she fucking commented on the day all of this was happening. She commented, "Happy birthday. You look great," on Diana's birthday post of Asher singing "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" or something.
God, I'm sick of having to hear him sing.
And posted in her stories, "Happy birthday to you," and tagged her.
It's overkill.
Which, okay, here's the thing too. Like, it's not like just this bot thing was a problem. Diana's been coming for Garcelle specifically this whole season.
and online constantly after the season.
So what the hell are you doing?
And, some people might be like, that's petty. She can be friends with whomever she wants. She can be friends with both of them. Like, no, like, I'm fine. Call me Petty Pia, because this is beyond like, this is why I like Garcelle, because the reason why they're mad at Garcelle, because maybe she can't get close to the cast because of her deep friendship with Sutton, is because it's not that, oh, you don't like my friend, so I don't like you. It's the integrity in which you don't like Sutton. It's in the way in which you treat her. And that is what she's looking at. It has nothing to do. You could like not be friends with Sutton, and I think, and she could be friends with you. It's you choose to not be friends with Sutton and try to tear her down to her core. That's what she doesn't like. And she doesn't want that in a friend. And for me, I see that happening with Diana to Garcelle. She is trying to strip Garcelle of like, and just go for the jugular and go for things that are just disgusting, like race wise and all this other stuff that she's been doing for months. And Cherie, for you to, especially this week with a lot of that stuff happening where she just pretty much accused your good friend of how many years of being racist towards her. Happy birthday. You knew how that was going to look and you didn't care. You just didn't. And
all
it's just
she did,
weird.
She only liked Garcelle's post. Garcelle, that when she posted, like, I've been crying all night. I have no words. I can't. All she did was like that.
It's like, where is all of the, like, has she been like, I haven't even looked at her page because I like could care less about her. Has she been posting besides just liking Garcelle's things? She hasn't posted anything.
Well, she finally posted the Bravo statement.
Okay.
With the caption, in complete agreement with Bravo TV, leave our children alone. I love and support you, Garcelle.
I don't even think Bravo asked her to put that up because she ain't part of the cast. She just did that. She was like, I want to jump on the train. I'm a part of the cast. No one asked you.
Let me see if Garcelle commented. Oh, she turned her comments off.
Cherie, because she's because you know what is, again, I want to issue an apology to my mother because she saw it before anyone else. And I dismissed my mother. I hope you're listening, Leslie. You were
Leslie,
right.
we're sorry.
We're sorry because she's like, she's just like, she's kissing up to them. And like, I just really wanted her to work because she came in so strong and I was really rooting for her Tyra voice. We were all rooting for you. But no, like she wants to be on this show more than she cares about keeping her friendship with her real friends like Garcelle. And it's like, she's picking the wrong team. She thinks that becoming a part of the Fox Force 5 is the way and to get a diamond. And then the other ones are like the JV team or something, or the benched team. She's picking the wrong team.
So someone came into my DMs and said, she goes on her Instagram and like petitions for people to give her money through Cash App. And I said, what? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
what?
She sent me to a Reddit thread and then I corroborated it because I was okay. So the Reddit thread didn't have the date of the post, but the Reddit thread was like, wake up, my sister, a word on today. Now, mind you, I've had to mute. I also was like, I have to own up to something. I intentionally muted Cherie's posts because she's always like doing like talking to the camera, like inspirational prayer-y type stuff. And I was like, maybe this just isn't my thing. And like, I don't get it, but it's for other people. I don't know.
She's so performative.
It just, yeah. And it's also like, I don't understand it. So like, maybe it just isn't for me. So it says like, this is the caption, #tag someone if this blesses you. Perhaps it will bless them too. Many ask about sowing into these words and thank you. Sowing is an opportunity, all caps, and way of spiritual agreement and participation. Even if it's $1, it's still a legit seed, all caps. Remember, you reap what you sow, all caps, equals no sowing, no reaping. Let's get into agreement and grow together. And then she puts money sign Cherie Zambino in parentheses Cash App at Cherie Zambino Venmo hashtag 5999.
That is so embarrassing.
Okay, wait. I was like, maybe this was from a while ago. Still not okay. And also like maybe someone made this up. I don't know. I then went and checked her page and scrolled down looking at captions. And this was from June 9th. It's a similar caption, but it's definitely not the exact same one. Same exact. Many ask about sewing, have $1 seed, the whole deal. June 9th. Pia. So then I also hold on. Then I also want to play for everyone. Now, I thought this, maybe I just don't get this. Maybe this just isn't for me. So I decided, let me actually listen to what she's saying in one of these videos. Okay.
You are occupying a life that you have outgrown and you are miserable and it's a lot of dissatisfaction. It's a lot of dissatisfaction, but you're so afraid to move because you think that's it. And it's not. God has got bigger. He's got better. He's got the next thing for you. But as long as you're in this place, you can't occupy two places at one time. So as soon as you make the mental shift of, you know what? It's okay. I need to disconnect from this thing so that I can plug into this new thing. Okay? You're living a life that you have outgrown. God is good. God wants to prosper you. God wants to bless you. God is in the prospering business. God takes us from, faith to faith, glory to glory, little by little. God is always increasing in increments. That's God's plan for us, to continually grow us. Okay? Your momentum, and I keep hearing the word momentum, and that's huge.
It sounds like a lot of talking in circles.
It sounds like a lot of bullshit.
That's what I mean. I mean, they're
I'm
all
religious.
like that.
Yeah, no, I'm very religious. It seems
I'm
very
spiritual. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I grew up in church, and this is one of the reasons why I left my church. I grew up in, is because of it started out really pure and faith based and really just trying to get the word. And then we switched ministers, and it was like a lot of that kind of stuff where I immediately felt like it was like just like I put money and like it was just like all about money, and I just kept hearing money, and it was less and less about the word. And this is also, now that you're giving me all of these like pieces of information, because I really don't go on her page at all, it's making sense why she's so desperate to be friends with them. She really, really needs this diamond. She's asking me, Joe Schmo, who does not have a kid with Will Smith, for some money. Like, she needs this check, and she seems desperate for it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually making, because at first I was just like, oh, fame. I just thought it was just like the age old tale. She got a taste of like fame and she jumped ship. No, I think she's desperate for the money. And so unfortunately, Garcelle is just going to be a casualty for her. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Thank you for that. That actually makes much more sense to me why, what her motive is to jump ship. Because I just really just chalked it up to, she just wants fame. And that seemed like a really lame excuse. And this is much more interesting with the Cash App, Venmo me, PayPal, probably.
Right.
Whatever. Come to my house, drive, give me a cashier check. I don't know.
This is from the Reddit thread as well. And mind you, the Reddit thread's from 30 days ago. She had gone on Behind the Velvet Rope podcast and said that she said the most genuine cast members were Erica and Diana to hang around with.
Now she out of her damn mind.
I swear to God, dude.
Want to know why? Common denominator, both criminals. And she sounds like a criminal too, trying to take people money.
She's got that vibe, doesn't she?
She sounds like she's running some Ponzi scheme here, giving the good word, but like really just collecting money.
That's
like
what I'm saying.
Yeah, like it seems like she's using Christ to get some coins. And it's seeming very culty, very like
It's giving that for
giving.
sure.
She's like 2 steps away from like coming up with like her own little organization.
Yep.
So she can be tax free.
Yep.
It seems like she's about 2 years from shackles.
2 years from shackles.
Yes.
That's like the name of a rap song.
I don't know. Like she needs to lock it up because the feds are already watching every Bravo celebrity that comes on because it's easy pickings here. Okay. She needs to lock it up before she gets locked up.
Okay. So now that we've got that out of the way, are you ready for me to drop the surprise on you?
Wasn't it?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, this episode is really panning out to be more exciting than I thought it was.
What is it?
Okay, so I'm not going to say who the account was because I don't want to like get them in trouble. Although I doubt this is the only person that Rinna messaged this to. So the bot theories start coming out and the evidence of them being bots come out because it's just funny because I'm sure that the people behind the bots, the alleged people behind the bots, don't realize how smart the Bravo accounts are. Like Bravo, Ducking Bravo, Dame Galley. I mean, Face Reality 16, Talk of Shame. These people are like detectives. Okay.
Yes. I love the internet because they will find some shit.
They are literally detectives. So one of those accounts they were tagging everybody. Like they were tagging Lisa and Diana and Erica because they are not afraid.
Yeah.
I am afraid. That's why I'm not the one who leads this brigade because I'm scared. I'm always like, I don't want to get it wrong. And so I just don't have enough confidence to do that. I just go to them and I'm like, see, guy, follow them. Rinna sends someone this message.
Okay.
She goes, now that I've seen this play out, I think you're right about it being bots. And get ready for what she says right away. I think Patrick, remember that guy, Patrick?
No.
Remember Patrick?
No.
Don't you remember Patrick remember when Lisa's phone number remember when she leaked that guy's phone number?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So that Patrick, I think Patrick and possibly Kathy in some way are behind this to try and take us down before Aspen airs. Get ready. You're not even ready. Pia, hold on. It reeks of LVP though, I gotta say. Also interesting that you were the one to send all of this to me. You brought this to my attention. I couldn't open what you sent, remember? I don't know what that means. I got to say this is very odd also since you and I don't really communicate. And now I see you have posted quite a bit about this. You tell me what's going on here. I don't know what she's trying to like allude to something. So Patrick, this was yesterday. That was yesterday in the morning. Patrick, as of 3 hours ago,
my blood is like boiling and I'm in air conditioning right now.
Patrick has posted in his stories on behalf of me and the intimate team I employ. Because you remember how that played out with Patrick, right?
Yes.
Patrick came out and was like, I actually work for or with a marketing team and Kathy made us do that. And Kathy bought said out loud that Kathy hired us to do that.
That makes no fucking sense.
Is no marketing.
So I guess you just wanted to have one job and that's it.
And that's it. Never work again in your entire career.
Because that's like the whole point of like those, like you never never reveal your sources. Like that fucking doesn't even make any. So I know it's not Kathy because you said her name.
Exactly. So let me put it this way. If you've ever had something happen and someone comes to you and says, I know who did it, and they tell you who did it, they're probably the ones who did it.
Absolutely.
On behalf of me and the intimate team I employ, a statement will be released shortly. Thank you. And so here's the statement. It's in such small writing. Dear viewers, I would like to start off by sending apologies to those affected by our engagement boost to BH star Garcelle Beauvais,
I think it's Beauvais.
son. Engagement boost. I take our social media operations seriously as it's one of our leading services. However, we clearly missed the mark on this one. We are partnered with a third-party offshore service provider for comments, likes, followers, and engagement. I can't speak on the direct nature of what services we were hired to provide, but I'm working directly with our vendor to cancel our request. Any racially motivated content I take very seriously and will investigate. Thank you for your continued support. Sincerely, Patrick Summers. And then he posts a picture of like transaction order stop. Like it's some screenshot of what looks like a transaction being stopped and says, and there's this little tiny thing that says, as stated, I take our operations very seriously and have stopped all engagement sent to this account. It's really just hysterical that right after Rinna has said, you know what? I think Patrick and Kathy had something to do with this, that then Patrick posts that he did have something to do with this.
Yeah, because Kathy's continuing to use his service after he outs her. Yeah, like, yeah, can I please have like, I loved the customer service and the anonymity. What's the word? Like
anonymity.
Anonymity. Thank you. Anonymity of your services.
Anonymity.
I love that you kept the shit on the low.
It was great.
5 stars. Would purchase again. No, yeah. Like
let's get that. I want that exact package one more time, but this time I want it as comments attacking a 14-year-old.
Yeah, and then tell everyone I bought you to do that. Like,
and then please do it again where you say that it was you.
Yeah, because that makes so much sense.
Because never in the history of any type of like secret PR move have we seen anyone take ownership of it like this. Yeah. Literally, we've never seen that.
And if someone is so willing to take ownership of something, you know they're being paid to take, and he's probably being paid a pretty fucking penny.
Ooh, can you imagine the money?
And he's happy to do it because
he's like a struggling model actor guy. So he's like, yeah,
his rent's paid, baby, for the next 3 years with this last one. Okay, probably longer in perpetuity.
I feel like they hired him for the season. They're like, we're gonna give you this huge chunk, and whatever we need you to do throughout the whole season, you're gonna do.
But I feel like he got more on this last one because like they were scrambling because yeah, absolutely, he has to keep his mouth shut. You think that this man is gonna keep coming back for more? Because he does have real receipts. Oh, don't you think that this man doesn't have some real receipts? You got to keep this man quiet.
The gag order on this guy.
Yeah, because first of all, like every season they think that we're fucking stupid and that we're not going to figure out that what their plan is that they're hatching. They're not fucking that smart. And they didn't think that we would figure it out as quickly within hours, within minutes. And they panicked. And that was Lisa Rinna backdoor figuring out how to wash her hands clean of any of this stuff. That's why she posted first. You can't say I didn't post first. And that's why she's trying to let me try to figure out what happened. Again, guys, put your true crime hats back on for a moment. The people who are constantly trying to play detective here and trying to come up with like, oh, it's probably this person. It's them. It's them. And I'm not saying that Lisa Rinna purchased the bots, but I definitely think she encouraged Diana to allegedly. So no, allegedly. You can't sue me. Allegedly.
It's just, there it is. Okay. There it is. There's the whole thing. I like how she threw in this has LVP written all over it. No, it doesn't.
Just for funny. You know, she did that because LVP went over after Teddy. So she just had to do a little fucking thing to
the problem
throw
is
Teddy a bone.
The bottom feeder accounts will pick this up and run with it.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure Rinna sent this to multiple accounts.
They don't care. They just want their
clicks, their follows,
their clickbait titles. That's all. They don't care. They don't care. But you know what? It's fine. That's why we have all like we have. You know what though? I will say this. I was really pleasantly surprised to see the legitimate Bravo accounts that I follow. Obviously, including yours. I'm on your account right now. That all came together and everyone is not like usually people like to be like toe the fence. Like maybe I feel like every single account was on the same page with their bots, obviously, because we've proven that. And to all the alleged theories that we've talked about on this podcast, it's pointing to the same 3 people, and everybody is clear as day on that. And, you know, that's telling because a lot of these accounts, they will try to play like they don't want to like, you know, they want to stay kind of neutral. And they were just, no, this is no,
nope.
So that was actually refreshing. So like the bottom feeder accounts that want to just run with this for their like clicks, go for it. I think that they done fucked up because I think everyone is just like, no, this is what happened. So good luck to you guys. And this better be talked about on the reunion.
Yep. Let's switch gears, as Andy would say, and just talk about, let's do a little palate cleanse and laugh at Erica's newest lawsuit. She's got a $5 million trial coming up from Tom Girardi's creditors. She's accused of being the largest beneficiary of the largest fraud in California.
When I saw that headline, dude, I was like, God damn. God damn.
It is being filed by the law office of Philip R. Sheldon and the law firm of Robert F. Finn. And she's trying to get it dismissed for whatever reasons. I'm not going to go too far into it because we already know it's pretty much the same shit. But this part, they hate her. And this part is why they are saying that it should not be dismissed. And it says, with her help, Miss Girardi's husband, Tom Girardi, and his son-in-law, defendant David Lira, stole more than $100 million from clients and attorneys like plaintiffs Philip Sheldon and Robert Finn, who referred the clients. And Ms. Girardi spent much of that money financing her lavish lifestyle and her expensive and unprofitable dream to become a pop star.
That part was like so petty, and I was here for it. No, they did not need to say that her fucking singing career was like pretty much like what bankrupted him.
Loved it. It was just they basically were like, it was a money laundering idea. Like they were like, yeah, be a pop star. That's a great plan. Like we'll just put money in there.
That is,
that was just fun. I just wanted to like laugh at her.
Also, did we want to? I don't know if you're going to mention it later or if this is a good time to mention that because the thing you posted it on your stories. Her saying new music coming out. It was like,
oh yeah, I'm going to play that right now.
Cringe.
So Erica is back in the studio.
Excuse me. Sorry.
She is back in the studio making music, guys. And I'm going to play it for you.
Who's paying for that studio time?
I'm breaking news, I ain't scared of shit. I'm fabulous, I'm flaunting it. I'm fabulous, I'm flaunting it.
The best part is on this thing, she doesn't actually know the words.
Okay,
she's a little behind.
Too.
She's a little behind. She's like, I wasn't quite ready for this.
It felt like that she was singing someone else's song, didn't it? Like, but she had only heard it once.
I think it's the other woman in there. I think it's actually her song. And they're doing like a remix.
Oh, okay. Because it seemed like she had just heard it, and she was like, "Oh yeah, no, I got it." And then she did not.
And then she did not got it. So
she did not got it.
So she's doing like she's desperately trying her best to cling on. Okay, one last thing before we go into okay, I guess we're gonna have to pick. Should we do because you only have half an hour left, right?
Yes. Wait.
Okay.
How much? Oh, you have a lot.
We have reunion,
Mm-hmm.
and then we also have the questions to go through.
I feel like we can get both done.
Okay. So this
I
is
don't want to pick.
Okay.
We're gonna do both.
We're gonna do both. There it is. So this is the deleted scene I was talking about that has me very mad at Sutton. Get ready. We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. All right, guys, get prepared.
Okay.
This is from the scene where Rinna and Sutton had that lunch.
Okay.
Okay.
You either pick your antidepressants or you drink, but you can't do both.
But why is she on these drugs?
Well, they're antidepressants. They're helping her survive and get through what she's having to get through.
Or mask? But why mask it? Why not just face it?
We all know how much pain Erica's been in. We all know what she's gone through. Of course, Erica's self-medicating at this point. It's too painful. You know?
I'm ready to take off the mask.
Well,
I gotta
think
tell you,
that's great
I'm
for
done
you,
with
but,
masks.
like maybe she isn't gonna live unless she has this. You know, you don't know people's pain. You are not bad. They're antidepressants.
Oh,
I don't want it to be.
what happened?
Wait, is there more?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I gotta tell you, I don't know if I'm mad.
Why? You can't say antidepressants mask things.
No, that's not what I feel. Okay, this is why I'm not. I don't feel like she's talking about antidepressants, but I need to listen to the clip again. I feel like she's talking about. I feel like she's talking about Erica, and when she says mask it, I feel like she's referring to like she's trying to like not deal with the fact of what is going on in the sense of like her being fraudulent and she's pretending like it's not happening. That
She
like,
says, why is she on these drugs?
yeah, I know. But I feel like it's like, I feel like if we were talking about anybody else and not Erica, she wouldn't be reacting to it like this. And I feel like her disdain for what she did is like and again, Sutton doesn't like say things correctly, but I feel like if we were talking about anybody else, she wouldn't be saying it like that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I don't give a shit because I'm on antidepressants and I was very fucking offended.
And as you should, because like the way that she's saying
this is a big ass platform and it's really irresponsible. And I want her to address it.
You're right.
Because that is the wrong language to use when she says, why?
Listen, you either pick your antidepressants or you drink, but you can't do both.
Right.
Why is she on these drugs?
Why is she on these drugs?
Well, they're antidepressants. They're helping her survive and get through what she's having to get through.
Or mask. But why mask it? Why not just face it?
We all know how much pain
the
Erica's
right,
been in.
unless
We
they're
all know
editing
what she's
it.
gone through. Of
No.
course, Erica's medicating at this point. It's too painful.
And that's also not the right verbiage. Self-medicating is not what antidepressants are.
Yeah,
Maybe she isn't going to live unless she has this. You know, you don't know people's pain. You are not bad if you take an antidepressant.
No, absolutely
You are
not.
taking care of yourself.
Oh, thank you. There's your ketchup.
That's the end of it.
Yeah. This is the thing. This is the thing is she's dead. This is what I will rephrase what I'm saying. I think that she's dead wrong in how she said that because obviously antidepressants are very helpful and people absolutely need them. And there's a huge stigma on drugs. And like, that's why like, especially like people have stigmas with people getting prescribed medication to actually deal with anxiety and all these other mental health issues. But I feel like Sutton, this is, I guess, I don't want to use Diana's words, where she gets like, she doesn't like, I feel like her whole like thing with Erica is making her I feel like she's just thinking about Erica and not actually what she's saying, which is dangerous. Like what we talked about with like Dorit, like you have like, doesn't matter if that's not what you mean. You have to be like what you said. You have to be aware of the platform and what you're saying, because there are a lot of people out here who don't understand the importance of antidepressants. So that's what I was meaning, where I was like,
so it's kind of like
I feel
when
like
she was talking so much shit about when she was like, Erica's a gold digger, basically. And she just kind of like goes savage when it comes to Erica.
yeah, like I don't like, that's what I was meaning about it. Like, I feel like she's it's about Erica. Like, she's like, I feel like it's all about her thinking that when she's saying, why is she on these drugs? First of all, that's a terrible way of putting it. But I feel like this is what she's trying to say. It's like, why do you need to be on all this? Like, I think it's for her. It's like, you did this, and like, you think that you like you need to be on all this stuff. Like, you need to stop hiding and face what you've done, and like take accountability and stop. And I think that's what she means, but she's not saying it in the best way. I mean, maybe she's not. Maybe she does not understand. And I'm
what antidepressants are.
Antidepressants are, and I'm giving her way too much slack on that. But I just feel like she has this such vendetta. I would be interested if she would feel the same way if they were having a conversation about another castmate, is all I'm saying. But I agree. It doesn't, like, I'm going to just kind of take back a lot of my slack for her, because at the end of the day, you're really right, Emily. She has a platform, and
that
she really
so bad.
Yeah. It sucks when, like, I personally am a big advocate of being on them. My mom didn't really want me on them growing up because there's the stigmas around it, but I'm like, I probably kind of needed those things. And then you start dealing with those anxieties, depression, and all this stuff in really unhealthy ways. So yeah.
Dave Quinn tweeted, he says, I've heard others like Sutton here repeat the misconception that antidepressants mask issues, preventing you from facing your problems. In my experience, my antidepressant has done the opposite by giving me the mental clarity and strength to improve myself. 10 out of 10 recommend. And that, I think, is true.
Yeah.
I was able to, antidepressants saved my life, literally.
Because first of all, like, there are chemical imbalances in you, like, not you, I'm just saying, like, in general.
There were, though.
But like, that's what the medication is supposed to do. It's supposed to level out stuff, because that's just like, we're all humans and we're all made up of different ways, and like, our brains function in different ways. And those Adderall for people who actually, people aren't abusing it, but I function way better on Adderall than I do, because like, my brain just moves really fast. Like, sometimes I just like don't even finish thoughts and stuff like that. So when I really do it a lot. I'm like, I never finished saying what I was gonna say. Like, I do that all the time. But whenever I'm taking my Adderall, I feel like I can finish my thoughts. I feel like I can like do one task after another. And I remember I had a really big blow up with my mom about when I was like telling her I wanted to get on Adderall, and she was like, it's gonna kill you, you're like, all this other stuff, because she doesn't understand it, like, because there's been all those stigmas about it. And it was a really difficult day. Like, it was terrible. So yeah, you're not wrong, because that wasn't a really emotional day when I was having that conversation with my mom, because she was just not understanding where I was coming from, because she just had all these misconceptions about what it does. Yeah. So yeah, no,
that was an ignorant way to explain that from
yeah, no, it absolutely
the reason
was.
why I want to give her shit is because I would give anyone else shit, and I don't want to play favorites with anyone.
Yeah. And you know what? That's why you're fair, and that's why you ground me sometimes, because I too just immediately. And the thing is, I also hate Erica so much that I'm like, I guess I immediately was like, saw past all of the ignorance, and I was just like, this whole time when every time Erica says she's on antidepressants this entire season, it doesn't feel like anybody who like,
well, someone actually asked a really good question about that, which was, I'll go into the question wasn't she on Lexapro last season?
Oh, well,
so why wasn't she going to like these drunken places last season too? So I was like, wait, that's a good point.
I mean, because like these lawsuits, I feel like last season, though, their lawsuits were fresh, and I am stressed, and it's not me. And
I feel like that's what the point. I feel like because they're blaming it on what they're trying to do is, which is a good one, is like one drink's like 5 drinks. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
but guys, she's not having 1 drink. She's having 6 drinks.
Yeah, like she's drinking like
A lot.
Like
She's
a
drinking
teenager.
a lot, and that's not good to do on these meds.
Yeah.
You can have 1 or 2 drinks on these meds, and it's not that bad.
Yeah, like she's raging. Like
She's
that's the
drinking
problem.
heavily on these.
Yeah,
meds.
like she's like going
that's
like
what you
she's like
guys are
she's
pretending
like
she's not doing.
yeah, like with even if she wasn't on medication, she's already like binge drinking, raging. Like she would already be sloppy. Like even take medication out of it, like she would already be like she is heavily drinking right now.
But that's what they're pretending like it's just the mixture.
Now adding, now add on the medication, and it's like, wow,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
girl, how
Like,
are you even
you
standing?
should not be drinking that much. Definitely not on medication, but not that much kind of at all.
I
But
mean,
she's
not
drinking
on
that much
on the
on this
basis
medication.
that she like the regular basis she's doing it like
Exactly.
a one-off, like when they go off
Yeah.
to their trips and they have like that rage fill like trip, like that's fun one time, but it's
And
just
the
like
reason why she's passing out is because she's taking like and a Xanax
yeah
as well.
because the Xanax will make you be able to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I know all the tricks.
Me too. So, okay. So we got that out of the way. Sutton, I need you to come correct, because here's the thing. They
Yeah.
make mistakes. They all do. I just need her to come correct, and that's all I need. I just
Yeah.
need her to go, I was misinformed. I was a little ignorant, and now I have learned. Because that's how Sutton does that. That's the thing I love about Sutton is she course corrects without any issues.
And I also want to apologize because I completely didn't even like think about like the stigma around medication, because I just don't. I think that medication is great, so I just wasn't even thinking about that part. And I was just thinking about the Erica aspect of it, which was also ignorant for me because I was just like, it just completely went over my head, that part. So I would like to apologize to anyone listening about that, because that's not, and to you, Emily, that is not how I feel. I think medication is great and helpful. And so that's not what I meant. I was blinded by my Erica rage. I'm so sorry.
See how correct we come here at She Speaks Bravo. We don't fuck around. Okay?
Yeah.
We are
and we're also
we are
human.
just.
Like, you
We're
know what
human.
I mean?
That's the thing. And that's why Sutton, well, I could just see her being like, you know what? I did some research and I looked into it and I was incorrect. Like, she's willing to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Those other
definitely,
bitches are not.
yeah, that is the thing. It's like, you have to be okay with being wrong. Like, I completely like, just like hearing it coming from Rinna, just hearing Erica, I'm like, immediately I was like, all bullshit. Like, that's how I felt like the whole conversation was going to be. And I was like, I don't know. They just rub me the wrong way. And I feel like they like abuse, like they just like come up with reasons to make themselves into victims, which is why I'm like, I don't even want to subscribe to your conversation about Erica on like, she's depressed, like the victims are depressed. That's immediately where my mind goes to. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if she's depressed. She should be depressed. That's what I feel like. I'm like, she should be depressed because she fucking did this. Like, that's where that's coming from. But, you know, in the grand scheme of it, we got to remember we have a platform and there are a lot of people who don't actually understand the helpfulness of medication. So my bad. Like, that was like a really bad apology, but like by bad, like I meant that. Sorry, guys.
That was awesome. My bad.
That's gonna be my bad.
My bad. So my bad. Let's go into the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. She Speaks Bravo edition, hosted by Emily and Pia. This was actually conceptualized by the awesome account Bravo Candy Bet. Shout out. She asked a couple months ago now. She's like, I would love it if you would do like what you would ask at the reunion if you could. And I put it in Pia's head a few months ago, like way back when. It was kind of like I couldn't even think of anything because it was too early in the season. But you see, now let's just think about like, this isn't realistic. This is not anything Andy would ever really ask. This is just like what I would ask if I could think this is more like the packages I want to cut to in my dream scenario. First, the seating arrangement, though. My ideal seating arrangement. I'm going to say something that may be controversial because I know that first people are going to be like, what? No, I want her there. I don't even want Diana to come to the reunion. I'll explain why.
Okay.
She's not going to say anything that's going to give any kind of closure, there's going to be no remorse. It's probably going to be more damaging. She's going to make no fucking sense because she's going to stay in this place of like, I gave birth to a dead baby and like all this crap. And if she doesn't come to the reunion, she's out. She's never coming back. So I don't even need her there. I don't want to hear a fucking word from her. So I honestly don't fucking want her there.
Okay.
Wasting my damn time. I don't need to even hear from her.
Okay.
So there's that. I want Sutton next to Andy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't decide if I want Garcelle next to Sutton or if I want Garcelle on the other side of Andy. What do you want?
From the past, we have the people that are
You want
closest to
the
Andy
enemies.
have to be opposing. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, if you have to pick either Sutton or Garcelle to be next to Andy, I would actually pick Garcelle to be next to Andy because I think she deserves it.
Okay.
I think that as much it feels like Sutton.
I agree. Actually, I take it back. I want Garcelle next to Andy.
I'm gonna want this is my reasoning. Garcelle next to Andy because Sutton seems like the one that everyone's coming after because it's the loudest, but the undertone is Garcelle always. It's always stemming from the problem. The reason it's always really the root of it, the issue is that they all really are coming for Garcelle secretly. Like, you know what I mean? So I think Garcelle needs to be next to Andy and she deserves to have that that chair, especially with this week. I already think she deserved it before this week, but this week solidified it for me. She needs to be next to Andy. I think I want to put Sutton neck right behind her, but I also would love to shake it up and switch her sides just because they keep saying that Garcelle is Sutton's bodyguard. So let's give them a chance to not be next to each other and see what happens. But she'll be second on the opposite couch. And then
next to who?
That's when I got to figure out who I want to be the other person to be opposing. I guess the next person would be, it's either going to have to be Erica or Rinna. No, Erica. It would have to be Erica. Erica is going to have to be next. She has to be next to Andy. So they have to be opposing. Has to be Erica and Garcelle opposing.
Yep.
So right now I have Garcelle on one couch next to Andy, opposite side, Erica next to Andy on the other couch. And then I kind of think it would be funny for Sutton to be next to Erica a little bit.
They would never.
I know, but it would make Erica so uncomfortable. And
oh wait, this is our dream. Never mind. This is just our dream scenario.
Yeah, this is my dream scenario.
Okay, here we go. So you would put Sutton next to Erica.
Yeah, because it would make her uncomfortable, and I think that would be awesome.
And Sutton would be like, "I'm here."
Yeah, and she would. The thing is, Sutton would flourish. She would not. Yeah. She would live. She loves it in the uncomfortable land.
Okay,
Erica,
so we got Erica, Sutton, and then Rinna.
Actually, that would be a fun pancake or like pancake sandwich. Because
okay, there's that. I like it. So messy. Okay.
Yeah, because like what we got to do is I want nobody to be safe. Everyone has to stand on their own 2 fucking feet, and that would make it.
How about Kyle next to Garcelle? I like that.
Oh, absolutely. Kyle next to Garcelle. Done.
Dorit next to Kyle.
No, I change it. I'm going to change mine. You can have that if you want. I'm going to have next to Garcelle is going to be
Crystal.
No, Dorit. And I tell them this is why I'm going to do it because I'm petty. Because it pissed Kyle off that she's further down the couch.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, perfect. So there you go.
That's the only reason.
Okay, good.
So,
yeah,
so
Kyle at the end.
Kyle's going to be at the end because that's funnier because she'd be like, why am I the one? Like she thinks she runs Bravo.
Yep.
She's at the end of the couch.
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
So yeah. So Garcelle, Dorit.
And then where's Crystal?
Crystal's in the middle. She's like she always is. So like it doesn't matter where she really is. She can just put her in the middle. So we'll put Crystal next to
Dorit.
Yeah.
So it'll go Garcelle, Dorit, Crystal, Kyle.
No, Kathy. Because in my scenario, Kathy's there the whole couch, the whole time.
Then I think it should go Garcelle, Kathy, Dorit. No. Garcelle, Kathy, Crystal, Dorit, Kyle.
I see why you wanted. I support that. I'm still going to go with Garcelle, Dorit, Kathy. I'm going to do Garcelle, Dorit, Kathy, Crystal, Kyle. Because again, I want to stay fair to my like lineup in my head of like, no, like I don't want anybody to have.
You don't want anyone to have like a buddy.
Yeah. Because I want everyone is a fair fight.
Okay. But I respect
I also want to like, but I also want to shake people a little. Like I gotta get people.
I respect that.
Why Kyle's going on the end because she needs a little humbling.
Okay, so let me write this down. Actually, okay, so
I feel like I put too many people on one side though. I think like I need to like throw someone on. I think Crystal might have to go on the other couch.
Crystal has to go next to
Rinna.
Rinna at the end of Rinna's couch.
Yeah, and Diana is back at her house.
Okay, so actually, I'm gonna write it on here. Diana's back at her house. Exactly. Okay, so couch 1. Couch 1 is obviously Garcelle's couch.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. You know I'm going to have to make a post about this. Okay, so couch 1 is Garcelle, Dorit,
Kathy.
remind me?
Kathy. And then Kyle. And I think it's fun to have Kathy and Kyle next to each other because Kyle's gonna be like, how the fuck did Kathy get to sit ahead of me? And that's fun. You gotta shake people a little bit.
And then we have Erica, Sutton, Rinna, Crystal.
Yeah.
Okay. Love it. Okay, great.
That's
moving on. So if I had it my way, this would be what's discussed for Rinna. Like when they do a package, it would be like, so Rinna, you lost your mom this year. It seems like you were using grief as an excuse to just pick a fight with Sutton. So you had a storyline. Let's cut to footage of that. And like, that would be the thing. But I also want to ask this question. Did you pay for tickets to the Elton John charity event? And do you ever pay for tickets to the Elton John charity event?
Shit.
Okay. How come Erica can apologize for her horrible behavior at Garcelle's party towards her children and everyone needs to just let it go? But Sutton has apologized repeatedly for the charity thing and you refuse to let it go because it's not good enough. Okay.
Yes.
Any question? Do you have any questions for Rinna?
Why are you a bitch? I'm just kidding.
That would be your follow-up. I would say, Pia, do you have any questions? And that would be your question. Why are you a bitch? And she'd be like, I love it.
Why let's see, what the question would be like, what's your excuse for all of your bad behavior before Lois died? Is that kind of already what you asked though? Okay.
No, we can ask that.
What's so you say you're grieving and that's why you're having all of these outbursts and emotional diarrhea. What's your excuse for the other 7 years? That would be your behavior seems to be the exact same. Mm-hmm. So can you explain why we now should give you grace? And also, can you please explain why you did not give LVP grace?
Okay. Love that. That's a good one. Why would you give LVP grade? Okay, good. Yeah, love it. Okay, so Erica's, I have why is it okay for Rinna to bring up your drinking, or like when Dorit brought it up at the wine tasting, but when Garcelle does it, it's like plotting and trying to make you look bad. Do you now realize why it is completely fucked up of you to suggest laxatives to someone surviving an eating disorder? And then this is my big one. What have you learned from your deplorable behavior at Garcelle's birthday towards Oliver, Garcelle, and Jax, such as relentlessly hitting on Oliver and telling his mother, aka Garcelle, to go away so you can keep hitting on him, cussing at Jax and upsetting him, and then the next day trying to play it off? Have you heard the numerous comments about why it was full of so many microaggressions and how watching it caused a lot of Black viewers pain and suffering? Have you taken the time to learn anything from that?
Oh, those are really thoughtful. Okay,
Yeah.
so a lot of my questions are just really off the cuff here. My questions for Erica would be, now that you've seen the season, do you feel like your friends, and when I refer to your friends, I'm referring to Kyle, Dorit, and Dorit specifically, and I guess Rinna, but mostly Kyle and Dorit, because it seems like those are the two that were relaying all of the information about whatever Garcelle has been saying, quote unquote, about you. Do you feel like that was relayed correctly and with good intent, or do you think that they were trying to rile you up and that they're really the cause of your tension with Garcelle?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
For as far as your behavior toward Garcelle's children at her birthday party, do you feel as if you would ever, even in that same state, and that's because you said that you were just having a good time letting loose, and you decided that you were just going to let your hair down and have a good time, which is what caused you to be so lax and have poor judgment in how you spoke to Garcelle's children. Do you think that being put in that same scenario, if it was Kyle's birthday party with Portia around or any of Kyle's children, you would feel so cavalier in being able to just speak freely and loosely and crudely like that to Portia? And do you think that Kyle would let that go?
Great question. Great question. All right. Speaking of Kyle, let's move on to Kyle. Why did you immediately side with Diana over Garcelle and Sutton? Like fucking immediately. Now that you've seen the footage, do you see that you were way too physical with Sutton at Garcelle's party? That's all I got for Kyle. What do you have? If anything.
Kyle, when it comes to Diana, who you've just met, why was it so easy for you to have such empathy for her at Garcelle's party, and not, since also knowing all of, like, being the staple of the show, not being able to see that the conversation was going left and be more diplomatic and neutral in the situation? Why is it that it seems like you're constantly on everyone else's side besides Garcelle and Sutton? Do you actually like Garcelle and Sutton? Be honest. Also, do you feel like you are a pot stirrer? Do you feel like you take enjoyment out of baiting Sutton and riling her up before events and then letting her be unleashed to the group? Or anybody, really? So, like, specifically, I'll give you an example because I know it's going over your head and you're going to give me those like eyes, like you don't know what I'm talking about. Roll the footage. But you seem to be more offended or wanting to, like, when Diana told Sutton that she can't sit with us like she was on the set of Mean Girls on her private plane, as if Sutton can't get her own goddamn private plane. You seem to really want to rile Sutton up about that. And Sutton kept on saying it's whatever, I'm going to leave it alone. And you kept been like, no, no, no. Then when it kind of got brought up again, you kind of acted as if it was like no big deal. Like you kind of backpedaled. What was that about? Also follow-up question to that. It seems like you keep doing that to Sutton, like at Dorit's dinner for her toothless, not homeless, homeless, not toothless. We don't know what the name is yet. Charity. Sutton clearly says she didn't want to talk about what happened at Rena's house with her being kicked out of the house. And because it was in an inappropriate time. She didn't say that she wasn't going to talk about it. She didn't want to talk about it at that event because she respected Dorit's event. We're going to have a follow-up question about that too, just to let you know. So prepare yourself for that. Why did you feel the need to keeping it going at the party and ruining the party for everyone? Follow-up question. Do you like Dorit? Because it seems like you don't. Because why is it that you were the first one to make fun of her charity event and act as if you didn't want to go, and then a birthday cake appeared for you at the event? Do you feel bad about that in retrospect? No. What flavor was the cake?
All right, let's move on to Dorit.
Oh, wait. One more. Sorry. One more. You said that Sutton makes everything about herself, and that's one of your main reasons why you're so upset with Sutton when Diana, when she was talking to Diana, when she was telling her about the miscarriage. But you do the same thing when Crystal said about her eating disorder. Is that not talking out both sides of your mouth? Do you think that's not the same thing? And also when Dorit got her house broken into, you're emoting all over the place and making it about yourself. You do the same thing that Sutton does, but everyone just like acts as if you're not doing it. Do you think that that's the case? Because we do. Can we take a poll? Can we have the couch?
Let's go. Oh yeah. Cause in our reunion, Pia came up with a great idea to do it in front of a live audience, so that we could get like reactions.
Yeah.
Which I think is brilliant. Okay. So Dorit, were you appalled at Erica's behavior towards Jax and were planning on discussing how bad it was, but then immediately changed your tune when you saw how Kyle was handling it in the scene at her home with the four of them?
Oh, that's a good one, Emily. Dagger coming right out of the gate.
Mm-hmm. Why did you run to Erica and tell her Garcelle was being dramatic about her drinking when you seemed to be cool in the scene? What's interesting about this too, though, side note, is that there's no footage for them to cut to of like Dorit talking to Erica. Like usually they can show like footage of her being like, yeah, so I was talking to her and she was like, don't be Kyle. They didn't even have that. It was all off camera.
Yeah, because they was doing shady shit off camera.
Then the line of Garcelle too is like really deep of don't be Kyle, don't be Kyle. It's kind of like got layers. It's actually very appropriate because Dorit does just be Kyle. She just follows Kyle.
Yeah, it's so true because it's like, okay, sorry, Dorit, but like roll the clips. There's so many times that you're saying direct quotes from Kyle, and that is what Garcelle is referring to. If you don't believe me, take a look at this.
Yeah. Let's cut to that package now.
Like seriously, like I wish I had written it down. She had even done it like in the last episode. She had said something that was like a direct quote from Kyle. And it's like, that's what Garcelle is talking about. It's not about like, oh, you can't have the same like opinion as Kyle. It's like, you're literally quoting Kyle.
She's just letting loose. You're saying these are Kyle's like buzz words that she's been phrases that she's saying about Erica. This is the first time we've ever been saying like that. Kyle originated all of that. And to read what she does is like she's a mockingbird and she just regurgitates it. She just says like, that's what we're supposed to say. That's what we're supposed to say. So I think that's where Garcelle is coming from.
Yeah. Like she does have an opinion that doesn't always match the Fox Force 5.
Yeah.
But she won't veer from it because she fears the repercussions.
Yeah. It's like they've been sent in their like Fox Force 5 newsletter, the talking points. And
totally.
And she's like, oh, I'm supposed to say this. And it doesn't.
Shame.
And but the thing is, it's like, I think it really sticks out, especially for her, because like I can see her having opposite or opposing opinions. But then she'll be saying whatever Kyle has written out for her to say. So it feels like crazy. And then Garcelle sees it plain as day. And she's like, they were having a fun like conversation when that all happened. And then she remembered she needed to say whatever Kyle needed her to say. And that's when Garcelle was like, come on, girl. I think it's more of like, we were being real for a moment. You were being real. You don't have to be Kyle in this moment. You don't have to be their advocates. You're not their representative. It's just me and you, baby.
Because Dorit started to be like, I think she's finally like loosening up and having fun and like that like Kyle monologue that Kyle keeps teaching them to say. We're going with the loosening up and having a good time.
Like it's so specific. And it's like, that's like, okay, true crime hat going back on really quick. It's like when someone has been coached to lie, like everybody, like when you tell a story, like if me and you, Emily, have the same experience, the way I will tell the story, even if it's like the same, it's going to be the same story, but it's going to be told in a different way. We're not going to be saying the same exact script, right? Yep. And that's the issue. And that's why we're not believing whatever they're giving us with this Erica's just letting loose, because it seems like you're covering up something. Guys, not being real. Like it'd be so much different if Dorit was like, yeah, like, you know what? Did she drink a lot? Sure. But like, I mean, I guess I've never seen her doing that. So I was kind of like, that seems fun. Like say it in a different way. Like you're saying a fucking rehearsed script. Like you could literally believe exactly what Kyle believes. But if you're saying it just like Kyle, it feels like Kyle told you
like
to say
you don't believe it. And you're just reciting what you've been told.
Like you could very much feel like, yeah, I haven't seen Erica drink. And at first I thought it was fun. But when you're saying it in the exact words of Kyle, then it becomes like you're two Kyles are saying, yep, the same, you know? Okay.
All right. So what questions would you have for Dorit?
Honestly, I think you covered that pretty well.
Okay, good. Why don't we move on to Crystal? Because I only have one real question for Crystal. How long have you known Diana? And thoughts on literally all the racist things.
Actually, that's all I want to know.
That's all I need to know about
That's all I need to know. And I don't, I'm not going to ask her anything about her eating disorder because the girls
I don't
have
need to
done
know.
the women.
I don't need to know. That's your own fucking journey. That is your.
I think that we need to put that to bed. And
I don't need to know. She's got it. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not even doing that because I'm not going to give these fucking vultures the opportunity to pick her apart. So no, we will not be asking any of those questions.
And Sutton, I have this one. I just want to see how she would answer it, just because I think it would be really funny to see how she would take it. Sutton, are you intentionally messy or accidentally messy, or both? And I wanted to see how she'd be like, well, and I just think she would like eventually get to the point. I just want to see, because I know it's both. I know it's a little intentional and a little accidental.
Yeah, I think it's both as well. And I think that's an excellent question. I only have one follow-up question. What were you going to say at Rinna's party before you lost your track?
I feel, here's what my prediction is, that she thought she was supposed to apologize again And then she was like, I've already apologized.
Yeah.
I swear, I think that's what she was like, because Rinna said something like, if I'm, being crazy, it's because I'm working through grief. And I feel like Sutton thought she was like, and this is where I apologize again or something.
The thing is, I like literally want to know the monologue that she had prepared because she had like with the horse. I want the whole analogy.
Yeah, go with finish.
I want you to redo that, and none of these ladies can talk.
Yeah,
and you get to say that fucking monologue and all your analogies. Go. I need to hear it full out.
Now, I don't actually have any questions for Garcelle and Kathy because I don't have to question them on anything they've delivered. And I don't know what to ask Kathy yet because we haven't seen Aspen. But do you have any questions for them?
I don't really have any questions right now for Kathy because we haven't seen Aspen. Maybe I will once we see Aspen, probably will. Garcelle, I don't really have any questions, but I would love to give Garcelle uninterrupted time as long as she'd like to go off on all of you. Go.
Yeah.
I want to no one can fucking speak or anytime someone fucking makes a fucking audible noise, fucking looks at her wrong, fucking does anything that I decide I don't like during her time, that is a deduction on your goddamn paycheck. Remember that. Say something. The dollar, I will put dollar amounts on the screen and your paycheck goes down $1,000 every fucking time.
That's the fine.
That is the fucking fine. Actually, maybe I want to put a fine on the whole fucking reunion.
Ooh, kind of like they do in sports.
Yeah.
Like a penalty.
Yeah. Maybe we put fines on here.
And maybe like a penalty box.
Maybe that will shake up. Maybe that will shake up the alliance when I hit their pockets. I don't know.
So do you want to go into the Q&A section? Do you have time, Pia?
If we can do rapid fire, I would love to go.
So why don't you go into the Google Doc and why don't you go to the Q&A section and select the ones you want to talk about?
I'm in the Google Doc. You started it off. I got to go into Teddy's shitty apology.
Okay.
that one. Yes.
That was she read it so poorly. She had it typed out clearly and read it
it's just
no enthusiasm, no emotion. She didn't mean it at all.
Teddy just infuriates me. I've sent so many voice memos to Emily about this. Teddy infuriates me because she's a walking contradiction. She is literally an accountability coach. And in every statement that she's put out from the beginning of with the LVP thing on the podcast, I got her in hot water to the very middle and end, has not one iota of accountability in it. And it just makes me wonder how she's still in business. I don't get it. She doesn't even know what the definition of accountability is. She needs to ask Crystal to get out her thesaurus and give her the definition of what the fuck accountability is, because she doesn't know. I think she thinks it's the opposite of what it is, actually, because that's what she does. So she really needs to rebrand.
She does need to rebrand.
She needs to rebrand. And let me just tell you this. I don't know how much longer she's going to have that damn podcast with Tamara, especially her going back to Housewives of Orange County, because I know Tamara said that she's going to stay on. I honestly think she's doing it out of what's
pity.
The word? Pity. Thank you. Pity for Teddy, because this is all Teddy has. Let's face it. But the problem is Tamara is on her own trajectory. She's trying to rebrand, go into OC, a different person, because she already knows she's going to have to change. That's why she kind of got put on pause or whatever you want to call it. and she has to come in with like a new fresh take, right? She can't be the old Tamara. And I can already see her doing all these things in like on social media and stuff like that. And it's specifically, she's been calling Teddy out a lot on the podcast with like her Fox Force 5 friends and like their accountability. And this is kind of how she got in the hot water with LVP, kind of, because Tamara kind of led her to that water. And then Tamara went on Twitter and apologized to LVP with a real apology, which LVP happily accepted with heart emojis, saying that wasn't even her intention. She was just saying that, drawing a correlation, which I get, with the fact that like they never gave LVP the grace, and like, but they seem to want everyone to give Rinna the grace. So it just feels like, especially with this really whack apology, it's just like Teddy, like, and Tamara, like, you can have opposition and like they do agree on a lot of other things, but like I just feel like it's like the pot is the days are numbered.
Yeah,
Teddy is not. I don't even think she's a great podcast partner anyway. I feel like Tamara.
I cannot stand. I can't. It's hard for me to even watch clips of it because I cannot stand listening to her.
Yeah, it's painful.
Can we do the revamp the show? Who would we cast as new housewives?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know this. Kendrick and I talked about it when we did our Atlanta episode this past week. But Cynthia Bailey, formerly of Real Housewives of Atlanta, actually lives right around the corner from Garcelle. And I actually think that it would be nice to see what it would be like to have an actual Atlanta housewife who knows the Atlanta game. I would be curious to see what it would be like to put her in Beverly Hills.
You know what? I would have earlier on in the season said no.
Me too.
To that, but
Me too.
because we thought Cherie was going to be a really great addition, and she came in really strong, but she's since then fizzled out and now pissed us off as well. So Cherie, like, I don't even think that I really don't think that she'll be asked back. I don't think she brought enough to the show in general.
Yeah.
So because she's no longer going to be a part of that, and she was Garcelle's friend or because I'm not saying we're swapping out black people. I don't want it to be like, oh, we like one black person for another person, but like I think that it would be awesome to have Cynthia on, because she does know the Housewife franchise, so she'll know exactly what to do. And also, it's just like, you guys think that you guys are reading each other. You guys have never ever been in the same arena as the Atlanta people. And Cynthia, by the way, is the tame of the Atlanta people. So like, exactly. I would love to see her in the Beverly Hills realm.
And remember, Kyle came out and said she didn't like Cynthia on Ultimate Girls Trip. So I would like to see Kyle awkwardly deal with that.
I think that would be a great transition. Like, yeah, Cynthia knows a lot of the ladies. She did do a show with Kyle. I think, and she does live in LA. So it would just make sense. And she is friends with Garcelle. It all makes sense. She's a part of the Bravo family.
Remember,
she knows the game.
You said you wanted someone who was seasoned.
Yeah. And that actually, you're right. And I was trying to find someone from seasons past of Beverly Hills, but like, we're starting to do crossover episodes. We have Taylor going on OC. Like, let's I actually kind of love that. Let's start, like, if people are moving into new cities, like, and they're from other, like, let's mix it up. Like, I
totally
love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sold.
Cynthia. I'm sold on that, Cynthia. Also, I know we had spoken about LVP at one point, and we kind of put the kibosh on that. But with this whole Teddy stuff coming back up, I wouldn't be mad at a LVP.
I would love it. I want LVP.
I think
back
this
now.
actually.
I never thought I'd say that, but I want her back.
I think that Teddy opened the door for me this week to really be like, I think it might. Because we were saying maybe in a couple more years, I actually think that Teddy actually opened Pandora's box. And I think that we might be ready for an LVP comeback.
Yep. So let's go. So here's what the cast would look like. Obviously, Rinna's out. Goodbye.
Bye,
you're gone. You're gone.
Diana out.
Diana is out. That's a given.
Cherie was been out. She's been out.
Bye-bye. So it would go Garcelle, Sutton, Kyle, Kathy, Cynthia.
Dorit.
I could Dorit's friend of.
Dorit and Crystal, I think, friend of.
Dorit, Crystal, friend of. So the core would be the core is Garcelle, Cynthia, Kyle, Kathy, Sutton. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's a strong core.
I actually
An
think
LVP.
An LVP. And I actually think that would be great, especially since you know what it is, because it puts Kyle in the minority because she's coasting, guys. Like she's the only remaining cast member that's been on since day one, right? We're letting her coast a lot, and we're letting her produce way too much, and we need to kind of humble her next season, right? So we need to take away most of her allies. She'll still have a friend. Dorit will still be there, but she will not be in the crux of it, right? So I think that it will make the viewership better, and I think it will also like make it more fun again.
Do we want? I kind of feel weird saying this, but I might want Erica.
Oh, we forgot about Erica. Erica
just because she's a good villain.
Erica can stay
she's
for the moment until
mess
until we bankrupt her. Yeah, she can stay until her lawsuits are settled.
I know she's so problematic in every way, but to have her up against all those people.
No, I want Erica to stay because I also want her because she thinks she's so fucking big and bad. I would love to have to see her in an arena where like it's because again, I also want to make the playing field fun, right? So we don't want to we got to break up the alliance for the most part. So having Rinna gone is going to really
put the mic.
Oh, sorry. Having Erica gone. I mean, not Erica. Rinna gone would really like handicap Erica. Demoting Dorit would handicap Kyle
and Erica.
And Crystal's just such a like even keel person that that's why I still like her.
Yeah.
But, like
I feel like it would help her out emotionally.
Yeah. She needs to. Yeah.
She's too sensitive, I think.
And Kathy is holding her own.
And Kathy can be friend of. That's fine. If she doesn't want the diamond, that's fine.
Oh yeah. She's gonna be friend
powerful enough to be friend of and still make such a statement.
I don't think actually. I get it.
She won't be the diamond holder because she doesn't want it.
I don't even know if I really do want Kathy to be a diamond holder because she's just doing such a great job of where she's currently at that I think that if we delve too much into her personal life, then we're not going to love it as much. Is that?
Yep, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Tell me, you tell me if you have time for whatever. And
I do need to head out. Maybe let's do one more and then wrap it up.
We'll be done. You pick.
I try to think of I guess I'll go with the last one because I actually do. I was gonna say, did we beat this to death already? But I know I want to say it again. Will Andy address the Jax situation at the reunion? I think he will, but I don't feel like he'll go there. I don't think he'll go deep as we as viewers will want him to go deep because he has a way of protecting those women or his cash cows. I don't know which one it is, if he actually cares about them or if he just wants to protect them for his own selfish reasons for ratings and all that. Like he can't make them look too bad or he can't have them on the show. Right. So I feel like he'll do a moment. Let's have a moment where there'll be that serious tone but it's like really robotic. Like that great impression that you gave earlier of the Bravo statement. And he'll say, we do not condone that. And he'll ask a very general question to the ladies and they'll have a very surface conversation and it will not go deeper than that. That is how I think he'll handle it.
I would love it if they were actually launching an investigation into the bots to see or is this outside of, because I don't know if this is outside of their jurisdiction. I don't know if this is just their personal lives. Can they get involved like that? Can they start to investigate what they do in their personal lives?
Absolutely, they can. They absolutely can. Because again, they were able to,
it's related to the show.
It's related to the show, and they say they don't condone it, so they have to have some morality clause, some kind of where in there, and like whatever that is to them, and that like obvious, and like let's go with Vanderpump Rules. They asked Stassi, Jax, and Kristen for proven racist rhetoric that they did outside of the show. So yes, they absolutely fucking can do it. Will they do it is the question. And then also let's go back to our fantasy land. Wouldn't it be fucking awesome if this whole time they were launching an investigation, they did use their powers and pull to find out who did it, and they just fucking dropped that bomb at the reunion.
That's what I was. That's where I was going with that.
And then just fucking fired that person and said, "You can leave the stage."
Ooh,
God.
That's where I was going with that. That's like let's say, because in my dream, Diana's not there. Let's say Andy goes, there were attacks against Jax and we launched an investigation. Turns out Diana was the one who purchased the bots. That is why she is not here tonight or something.
Yeah.
We also suspect others were involved, but that is pending investigation.
That's pending investigation. Like, I kind of want to be like, I kind of want it to be like Game of Thrones Red Wedding. I kind of like seriously, like I kind of want it to feel like when you're in school and you're like something happened and you're involved and you're like, and then the teacher's like being really petty. And it's like, Rinna, Erica, you stand up. You can leave. You're now fired. I want it to be that dramatic and that petty and that iconic.
That is the only way I will be satisfied.
And it would be like that single tear. Rinna's going to have that single tear drop down, like when that rabbit was returned to her by Kim. And it's going to be like they wanted to make a soap opera this season. Here you go. Okay. Here's the grand fucking finale, baby. I want mass fucking firings on set, live. They didn't know what's happening. They had hours of fucking glam. And guess what?
I want Kyle's stupid reaction. Like,
yeah,
that she does.
And then, and everyone being like, do they know I was kind of a part of it too? How far are they willing to go? I kind of want that. Like, guys, that'd be lit.
I kind of want that. That'd be lit. That is a perfect way to end this episode. Guys, thanks for tuning in to this special edition of a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills episode. If you are not already subscribed, please get subscribed and follow Pia at Pia JV. She's blowing up. Can we tell them your new fan?
Yeah.
Can we tell them?
Sure.
You guys, for some reason, we don't know why we're obsessed. Jill Zarin is looking at all of Pia's stories and liking them.
Yes.
She's double checked. It is Jill.
I double checked. I was like, what?
But also, Kathy Hilton has liked a few of her posts. Now, mind you, Pia she's not a Bravo account. It's just her personal account.
Yeah, it's just my personal account. Like Kathy liked and commented, I think like hearts or some like, or heart, like the face heart eye emoji.
Heart eyes.
On like a picture collage thing from photo booth collage thing of my cousin's baby shower, like with me and my cousins in it. And then also like this video of my dog. Like
dying.
Which I was on my phone when I saw the notification. I was like, no way. And I was like, that's not fucking Kathy Hilton. And like I saw a blue check mark. And I was like, fuck off. Someone's fucking with me. And I clicked it and I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, it was Kathy Hilton. And I was like floored. I like told everybody that I knew. I like told strangers on the street. I'm like so excited. And then the next day, Jill was like, I had like all these like random videos. And yeah, she was liking all of them and looking at all of them. And I had like a lot of them. At first I thought there was 3 of them. And then I looked and it was all of them. And I like sent a screen recording to Emily to show her like the slideshow of like I was like, I don't know why and how. And they're not, by the way, they're not following me. That's what's also like, it's not like,
oh, like also I'm gonna follow you. Like it's just like they came and they went and it was awesome. And I was like, it was a whirlwind, really.
So see, Kathy and Jill are doing it. So follow Pia. Well, or just go to her stories and like some stuff.
Yeah. I guess.
That's what.
No,
that's
but
what
I would
they're
like
doing.
to follow. That would be nice too.
Yeah, follow her.
I also like the DMs. I've been talking to people. They're fun.
All right, guys. Please rate, review, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.